Do it.
Hola, cage fighting connoisseurs. This is KidNativeBloodyElbow.com, joined once again by the inevitable, the ineffable, the ineluctable Eugene S. Robinson, author of Fight, Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Ass Kicking, but we're afraid to get ass kicked for asking. Eugene, you're flipping me off.
No, I'm just an artist, man, and I like the framing. And last night you chilled my blood cold during If I Did It when you said, if you curse during the first 5 minutes, we get nothing. I'm like, oh, no.
That doesn't actually appear to be the case. I resubmitted the episode in question after taking the word racism out of the title, and suddenly it was fine. So YouTube basically doesn't want us discussing serious issues of the day.
All right, that's fine.
They don't actually watch the program, so curse away.
It's like that Kids in the Hall thing where the guy's sitting at a business meeting, he's sitting at a table, and he sees a salt shaker, and he starts, you hear his interior dialogue, and he's like, don't throw salt in your eyes, don't throw salt in your eyes. It becomes an uncontrollable obsession. You know, whatever you say, I'm against it. Yeah. So now that I know it doesn't matter, I don't have any really strong compulsion to curse. So
yeah, you don't usually work blue. You're not Red Fox. You're a family entertainer.
I'm not. I keep things clean.
That's right. That's right. I thought you were going to be hurt because one of the commenters said you looked like an Avis rental counter guy in your yellow shirt.
I like that. Yeah, that's amusing. I mean, the thing is, you can redeem a lot. You know, my article, Stomping Out Rape, literally. Yeah, it's got a lot of male rights activists out there saying, how could you convict this man without a trial? You know, she might have been mistaken, you know. And I kind of told the guy, one guy had a funny blast, but another guy said, mistaken. Have you ever had the occasion to mistake a penis in your mouth for anything other than a penis in your mouth?
Maybe a delicious Frank?
He didn't respond. Not what they expect from a seasoned professional journalist, but exactly what they should expect. It's a brand new world.
Let's see. We need a disclaimer, Eugene.
Crybabies, bedwetters, work-shy individuals, grumblers, malingerers, chronic critics. This has less to do with your skills and talents as a fighter, much more to do with the marketing heft and weight that WMEIMG puts behind you. You want to get off the don't care list, fight an exciting fight. Until then, don't come crying to us. Look at Barao all like hugging up on me. Like he's trying to convince the world he likes me and he misses me. And he's
just trying to show off his new T-shirt collection, Eugene.
Yeah, well, it works. There you go. Look at it. I like this one with the black and then the red armband. All it needs is kind of, what is it missing? And
it's like a little white circle and some sort of
it's a little scribble inside.
The Brazilians are never far from
escaped Nazis.
All right. So we're here to talk about UFC 214, Jones versus Cormier 2. Also,
and I can safely say in the first time in at least 3 weeks that this is a big bona fide care.
Yes, this is an epic care. Although, do you share my worry that this fight isn't actually going to happen?
Yeah, we were going to get into that, but yes, indeed, sir. I'm super concerned, and based on what my spies are telling me. Like about where before he got to Anaheim, what Jones was up to with cats from the mini mart. I don't know, man. I don't know. We judge a man by his company. I mean, the thing is, when you keep what is that great line of Paul Rogers? Man can't give his address out to bad company. You know, I mean,
that's a Bob Dylan line. Are you?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is Bob Dylan. But I mean, you can't. It's kind of a built-in safety net, you know, and I understand the pre-excusing. I understand the process of pre-excusing, you know, and this is kind of what he said. I beat you high. Well, if he had lost, he could have said, I lost because I was high. So,
it's a win-win.
Yeah, people who are under these pressures do all kinds of things. It takes a supremely confident. It takes a really different kind of cat to go into it without having to do these mental tricks to get into it. Like I said, the mental game is probably 10% of it, but it's a powerful and potent 10%, man.
Yes, you know? Yes.
I mean,
as Tim Sylvia said, 90% of this game is half mental. So
Tim Sylvia, who swooped and kept me from having sex, he selflessly kept me from having sex. But
with Shalala. So he was at the golf game with Don Shalala and you?
Yeah, with Amber. But look, Barao said something that I thought was pretty compelling in a rare instance of some Brazilian insight here. He goes, look, Daniel Cormier, athlete. John Jones, fighter.
You
know.
Quite
So
possibly the case. Quite possibly the case.
doesn't mean an athlete will win this fight, but it certainly bears us talking about it. So
It's true. It's so Cerrone thinks Cormier has the advantage because he's an athlete rather than a fighter, or he thinks Jones has the advantage because he's a fighter rather than an athlete. It's a circular tautology.
No. A circular tautology, huh? You could have just stopped with tautology.
Sunday college.
Yeah, but I think the point he was trying to make is that he would rather see the athlete win because the athlete has made this part of a generalized lifestyle that he's been pursuing since he was a kid. So in his mind, it's like having a PhD and being a professor versus a guy who comes in, professor emeritus, flies in, does a fellowship, breezes out, does whatever the fuck he wants. So.
Impregnates a few students.
Somebody just texted me, should Chris Weidman start smoking crack? Perhaps give him an excuse if he loses or goes broke. What do you mean start?
Rumor is that I'm not supposed to know these insider rumors, but when I hear them, I tell them. Supposedly, WME thinks that Chris Weidman's a casualty of improved drug testing, or was until he got to fight a smaller guy who couldn't grapple with him.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I see. But you didn't spill the beans because you don't love our fans.
I need for me to pass along a rumor, I got to have twice somebody have, and that's all I need. That's my only standard of proof. Twice.
Just hearing it twice, not necessarily from two different people.
Yeah, if I talk to Tommy 2 times, I'm in. Yeah. I gotta go answer the door. I rewatched that the other day. It held up.
I was watching that last night. It's sick that's our idea of comfort food, isn't it?
Well, I can't. I ruined myself with Taxi Driver. I ruined myself with The Godfather, man.
You ruined yourself with The Godfather.
If I can say at any given point you could drop me into the movie and I can start repeating lines for you, I've probably watched it too many times.
The washcloth has been wrung out. Well, just watch the SCTV parody. But we need to dive in.
Yes.
We've got business to take care of. UFC 214, Saturday night, July 29th. Regular UFC times coming at us from the Honda Center.
So Anaheim, you say 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock?
I mean,
6 for the prelims.
Yeah. I don't know the specific time madness you guys engage in. I don't know. It starts for me at 5:30. So 3 fights on Fight Pass. 4 fights on something called FXX, which that's
the adult Fox channel.
FXX, is that FX?
Red Shoe Diaries.
I don't know. Red Shoe Diaries. That shit was so terrible.
It was lame, man. Really terrible.
I was young enough to have to sit through that stuff. Kids today do not know what a desperate search for erotic material.
I know, right? I mean, man, I would be watching that scramble vision, trying to get between the channels to look, there's a titty,
and sometimes it would come in clear for 30 seconds or something, and it would just, and it would be like the setup or something. So it starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So for you, that's 3:30 p.m.
The likelihood of me actually being able to convince the wife to start watching a fight with me at 3:30, 0.
Yeah, it seems. And wait till she hears what's on this Fight Pass card. But first, this mystery.
So you said Fight Pass, FXX, and then pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I know what FX is, but I have no idea what FXX is. I mean, this is FX, get FXX. I don't know. Get FX, FXX, and FXM on your TV channels. So, an American digital and satellite channel launched on September 2nd, 2013.
FXX is FX's offshoot comedy channel. I think it's $2.59 on DirecTV. So says the D-Man.
That's where they ran the Simpsons marathon.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So anyway, back to business. First up on the prelim card, lightweight, Drew Dober and Josh. What the fuck is he still doing in the UFC, Berkman?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't care. And this is a special seasoned I don't care because we know both these guys. but like the British say, I think I could safely say that we can't be arsed to get across the. I mean, I'm not breaking my fast to get 3:30 to watch these guys. Sorry.
No. I mean, Dober is pretty thoroughly mediocre, but Berkman is 1-5 in his current UFC run, and it would be 1-6 if it wasn't for Hector Lombard failing
Yeah.
a drug test or something.
Yeah.
So I'm baffled. I have no idea. They're cutting people left and right, and they're keeping Josh Berkman. So there we are. So then you got flyweight Eric Shelton and Jared Brooks.
Oh, I don't care.
Me neither. Neither of them is even the people's champion. So why would we care? Women's strawweight Kailin Curran versus Alexandra Albu.
Do not care.
And
Right now, I can always tell right now when the fighters, when I say I don't care, the guys were sitting in front of the keyboard going, "Oh, how could you sleep on Abu? You should see that shit." I don't care, man.
I don't think anybody's caring about because Brooks and Shelton, I don't know anything about, but Curran is another one of these people that's lost so many fights. I'm baffled as why she's in the UFC. But anyway, now we're moving on to FXX featherweight Andre Fili and Calvin Kattar.
Almost, not quite.
Yeah, Fili has flirted with Cardum, but
No, I like that. Yeah, he has flirted with Cardum, but
yeah, but he's just he's win-loss, 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 win. So yeah, I don't care either. All right, featherweight Brian Ortega and Renato Moicano.
don't care.
No.
Almost because of Ortega, but not enough.
Ortega is kind of sexy. He knocked out Clay Guida last time.
Yep.
He's undefeated.
Yeah, I know, but not enough.
This time, Eugene, I'm out there with the cool kids.
Oh,
doing my research and caring, and I'm picking Ortega. That's right.
all right. Hold on. Let me. So you're on the leaderboard.
Mm-hmm.
Hidnate
In the lead, as they say.
Ortega, and I'm blanking on you on that one. So fuck it.
Yeah, you're not following along.
Yeah.
And Moicano is undefeated too. Whoo, Eugene, you're sleeping on a hot one here.
Well, it sticks to their Sean Shelby, also known as Keith, their methodology of picking guys who are maybe low on the care scale, but will fight like their heads are on fire. Which I still need proof of concept to know that this is going to be a successful
Have
outing.
you tried fighting with your hair on fire? Does that actually improve your fighting?
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
On Knuckle Up.
All right. Well, yes, I dread that with every fiber of my being. All right. Now we've got what should have been a bantamweight fight, but is now a catchweight fight at 140 pounds. I'm not sure why they're doing that. Aljamain Sterling and Renan Barao, the former champ.
I care.
The
I
committee
care.
wouldn't allow Barao to fight because of weigh-in issues.
Oh, so it's off?
No, it's a catchweight fight.
A catchweight fight. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I care. I care mostly because of the Sarah Longo mystification factor. Aljamain Sterling. I could have won that fight if I hadn't lost that fight.
Uh-huh.
He's been full of, and I used to be a big Barao guy. I'm gonna have to pick against the mist, man. I'm gonna pick Barao.
You're gonna pick Barao. I think they're both in the mist, dude. Barao's been a lost soul ever since TJ Dillashaw took his belt away.
Yeah.
But you're picking Barao. That means I have to pick Sterling.
All right. So we got some action. All right.
Yes, we have action.
I do have to say that I love seeing Matty Serra's sad face over the cage, like he was against Weidman. Like, man, I don't even know why we're here, man.
I mean, where's the fellow feeling for your fellow Long Islander?
That's precisely the kind of feelings that Long Islanders, and I'm not a Long Islander.
You're from Brooklyn, which is on Long Island. I've seen maps.
Oh man, you're itching to get beaten up by a Brooklynite.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When I find one, let me know.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
As it is, I'm stuck with all these suburbanites from Long Island. I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I do agree that I like to see Matt Serra sad. But now we've got featherweight Ricardo Lamas versus Jason Knight.
Yes, I care big time.
Yes, because Knight has a hot streak going.
And I'm picking fucking Knight.
Are you to beat Lamas?
Lamas is entirely too safe of a guy. Well, Lamas is a grocery clerk,
He's a grocery clerk that will knock you the fuck out if you get in his aisle and start moving, the sale items to the not sale shelf and
So
stuff.
that means you're gonna pick him.
Hell yeah, I'm picking him mostly because you're not.
Okay, all right, here we go. Let me just
uh-huh.
write that down right now.
Yep. Write it down. Go to town. Write it down all you want.
Okay.
I'm not going to run from that claim. And now we move from
Hold on, I'm sorry. What am I writing down again?
that I'm picking the winner.
Who's the
Ricardo
winner?
Lamas.
Oh, Lamas.
You're picking Jason the Knight Rider Knight.
Yeah. Okay, Lamas. Sure.
Mm-hmm. So
I always go for the scrappy underdog here. Kid reminds me a little bit of Diesel Riggs too, so I like that.
Diesel was a notorious hard luck, dumb luck.
I know he's a hard luck guy, but he's like one of those dirty white boys. I kind of like those guys.
I see. You're drawn to the dirty white boys, huh?
They're the dead end kids, you know.
I see.
Also known as in
many a middle-aged gentleman such as yourself has found financial and physical ruin going down that path.
Oh, with the Wizard of Oz. We represent, the Lollipop Guild.
Lollipop Guild, yes. My favorite number from the Wizard of Oz. All right.
Yeah.
Now we're moving to the pay-per-view portion of the event. And should we assign monetary value to this?
Why not? People seem to like it.
All right, $65 is our total budget.
Okay.
So, first up, light heavyweight, Jimi Manuwa versus Volkan Oezdemir.
Yes, a care.
Yes.
But only $5.
$5 care.
Yeah, and I'm picking Manuwa.
All right, you're writing this down and doing the math, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm giving this $10, and I care because of both of these guys. Oezdemir, like with the 28-second knockout last time we saw him fight in May, I think he's going to get murked by Manuwa, though.
And you pick $10, huh?
Yep, $10. Because I figure it's a pot boiler. You know.
And you're picking Manuwa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you pick Manuwa?
Yeah, I did pick Manuwa.
Well, on the pay-per-view, we can't go with the stupid just because Eugene picked it. I'm not picking a thing.
Yeah, okay.
This is real deal. All right.
Real
welterweight.
Yep.
Robbie Lawler versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah. I big care for me. About $15 for me.
$15.
I'm all in for a Robbie Lawler.
This is a $15 fight. This might even be a $20 fight. I might spend my money before I get to the main event, but Yep.
I'd go $20. I'm a big. If there's a guttier fighter out there, I haven't seen him in recent times.
Both of these guys are gritty.
Yep.
Blue collar, as they say, hardworking blue collar.
Yep.
None of this explosive flightiness, Eugene. This is all
what the hell?
real America.
So who are you picking? I don't hear a pick here. I'm not hearing a pick.
I'm picking Lawler, man.
Yeah, me too. So.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about how gritty Cerrone was.
No, I'm not been a Cerrone fan. He's been spending entirely too much time with Johnny Boney Joni as well. So
I see, and the party. I
don't know about that. I just know where Johnny Boney Joni goes, Street Overlord follows.
I see. All right. Now we've got women's featherweight, Christine Cyborg Justino versus Tonya Evinger.
Hey, Sorrel, Evinger versus Cyborg. Who are you picking? Yeah. He says Evinger is tough as hell.
He's picking her.
He's picking Cyborg. As am I. Yeah.
He's picking Tonya. Tonya's like a leather chew toy in this.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, how much are you paying for this fight?
Oh man, to see Cyborg back in it, at least 15.
Yeah, I'm going for 15.
For me,
it's an exhibition match, so I agree.
Yeah. Nothing against Tonya, but I enjoy watching Cris Cyborg beat women. It's sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's sick. And they call it a sport. I don't know. Anyway, now we got welterweight title fight. Tyron Woodley versus Demian Maia.
Big care.
Obviously a care. This whole pay-per-view card, care.
Should I bother asking the Brazilian favoritist who his pick is on this one?
Yes, just for completeness.
Okay. Maia versus Woodley. He says he likes.
If you see on the way
they
play, I think Woodley going to win. But
okay. He all the Brazilians are in for Maia, but they think that Woodley's going to win. I think that largely I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, you think Woodley's going to win?
I think Woodley. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, so I want Maia. He's done amazing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu things in there. I'd like to see him win, but I think Woodley is just fucking tougher.
Woodley is really, really hard to take down.
Yeah.
Although, remember when Jake Shields mugged him?
Mhm.
I mean, I
No.
think
But that was also a long time ago.
it was a long time ago. Man, I'm gonna pick Maia just because you're not a faithful. I'm showing you who the real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu believer is.
Okay.
Oh, you have a little faith.
All right.
Yeah. If Cerrone could see this contrast, if he could see mine of the show.
Well, Cerrone keeps fucking with the cable for the show, so he could go straight to hell. That's why I keep looking to the side, because he keeps getting dangerously close to the fucking plugs.
I see. Well, you trust no one, Eugene. Trust.
My advice to you is this, Claudius: trust no one.
Do you remember when Andre Galvao fought Woodley and ended
Andre Galvao fought Woodley? I don't remember this.
It was back in Strikeforce. It lasted like a minute 48 and ended a semi-promising MMA career from the jiu-jitsu great Galvao.
Yeah.
And Woodley just shucked him off and punched him up.
Yep. Yeah, which I see sort of happening here. So
I could see that happening, but at the same time, I also remember Woodley getting huggle-mugged. So
I have to say that I'm gonna. I look to these fights sometimes for flashes of brilliance, and I've seen more flashes of brilliance from Maia, which is why I'd like him to dig down deep and come out with a win. But I just, I think sometimes flashes of brilliance can be trumped by just fucking raw,
Maia, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Maia.
Yes, that's genius insight there. All right.
So who are you picking? Let's get
I'm picking Maia, man, but you're giving me bad feels about it. It's not just raw power; it's also wrestling skill. Although Maia has the judo.
It's too late. That once the hand is written, it shall not be unwritten.
I'm not going back. I'm just saying.
How much though?
$20. Well, how much have I spent so far?
You have spent $45.
Yeah, I gotta say 20 for the main event. So.
No,
$15 for this one.
If I want to be honest, I'm going to say 15. So you're picking 15 or what?
Turn into a snooze.
Yeah, well, think Francis Carmont. So you're saying 15, right?
Yeah. And then 25 for the main event, which everybody knows I would pay 65 for this main event. So the pointlessness of this exercise is,
30, 55, 60. You're over, man.
Am I? Well, then mark something down. I've only got 65.
30, you got 30, 50, 60. You got 85. What's the matter with you?
Cool, and his money, Eugene.
We can't change it. It's fine. You're deficit spending. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm like any Republican. All right, so now we come to Cormier versus Jones. Is the fight going to happen?
Yeah,
that's really my only question about this fight. Is it going to happen?
The way things are going for me here, 30, 55, I only have $10 to spend on this fight. And strangely enough, that's about what it's worth because of the uncertainty principle.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just a confirmed mark is the difference between us. That I'm just a sucker.
You're gonna go into deficit spending on this fight.
Oh yeah, I'm all in. Bet the house.
All right, and your pick.
I gotta pick Jones, man. I saw the first fight. I think he's just bigger, stronger, has better fight IQ. Because he's got genius fight IQ. Cormier has good fight IQ or excellent fight IQ, but John Jones has fucking genius fight IQ.
The most amazing thing I saw John Jones do, and this is after my own true heart, is when he, toward the end of a round against a fight with Cormier, he started celebrating, and Cormier bought it and kind of starts walking off. The bell hadn't rung yet, and as soon as Cormier turns on his heels to start walking off, John Jones punches him to fucking, you could see Cormier is surprised. He gets angry because he thinks he's been hit after the bell, and then the bell rings. And that's when he was broken. That was it.
You got your bell rung, and then the bell rung.
Yeah, and it was like, not only that, you got fucking played so hard and so bad.
I mean, this is a classic case of nice guys. Where did nice guys finish, Eugene?
In my neighborhood, they finished last.
Exactly, because like Cormier, let's be honest, he's a nice guy. I mean,
I liked him. He's a friend of Knuckle Up, and I liked him. I interviewed him.
He seems like somebody you that would be safe to have in your home or come to a business meeting. I mean, wherever. He's a professional. He's a nice guy. Tragic story with what he lose a kid. I mean,
you'd be completely okay with him picking your wife up and driving her somewhere.
Well, that's a little different, Eugene. Again,
You would be. Hey, him versus Johnny Boney Joni?
well,
Get
obviously,
the
yeah.
fuck
No,
out of here.
you know, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think Cormier's a gentleman, and you could probably trust him with your sister, maybe not your wife, but you know.
Oh, come on. I say, well, you know,
Yeah,
if your wife is gonna run off with DC, you got bigger problems, Jack.
it's true. It's true. It's true. I mean, as long as she doesn't know he's a Fox commentator. I mean, because then just
They got money because
Yeah.
they're rich. Yeah, sure. All right.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
but Jones, I mean, the guy is a hypocrite. He's a druggie.
No, I'm okay. Thank you. Yeah.
He's, you know, I mean, just an awful person.
Nah, this hypocrite thing. That's been his knock from the beginning when Rashad was like trying to fire something off at him.
But it was true. Rashad was right.
But it identified him. Somebody was accusing me of lying the other day, and I said, "How do you know what I said wasn't true?" He goes, "Because it wasn't true." I go, "How do you know that?" He goes, "Because it wasn't true." I go, "You know that because I told you that."
Your metagame is deep, Eugene.
Have I told you the truth, or did I tell you a lie? I told you that I told you a lie. That means I told you the truth.
Right here, talking at me on the show, in the flesh.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You know Jones is a creep. I mean, come on. You can't trust him to show up for a fight on time. I mean,
yeah, that part is heartbreaking. You know what the heartbreaking aspect of that is a refusal to embrace the import of true talent and genius, right? It's like if Albert Einstein was like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna go to Indonesia and take my fucking pan pipe, and I'm just gonna commune with nature, man. That's it." You know. So yeah, physics. Man, who really cares about? I know some guys who have had propensity for doing great shit, and it's like they look at it and they kind of go, and go the other way, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, you know.
Imagine being Ted Kaczynski's math tutor. I mean, you know.
Right.
I mean,
or Teddy Streleski.
I don't know who that is.
He's a guy who was getting his PhD in math at Stanford, and his thesis advisor made a joke about his shoes, and Streleski asked for a meeting with his thesis advisor. The guy said, "Yeah, sure, I'll have a 2:00 meeting." He shows up in his office, opens his briefcase, takes out a climbing hammer, beats him to death, puts it back, and goes to prison.
Ball-peen hammer.
Yep, ball-peen hammer. And they're about to parole him, and he's like, "Parole? What does that mean exactly?" He goes, "Well, you have certain conditions on your early release. You've been a good, you've been a good prisoner, but we can't let you go back on Stanford." He goes, "Oh, whoa. I want no conditions on my release." They go, "Well, fine. You have to serve your full sentence." He goes, "Fine." Serves his full sentence, in a platonic fashion, gets out, man of his word. I'm now free. I'll do whatever I like.
I like this quote. It says, "I have no intention of killing again. On the other hand, I cannot predict the future."
That's right. I forgot that was a great Teddy Streleski quote.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was on his 19th year in college when he killed his tutor.
Yeah, Matt Groening said it the best. What's the most bitter person in the world? Grad student.
19th year grad student, especially. Well, I believe that's our show. Eugene, do you have anything to add?
I do not. Buy Thin Black Duke.
Yes,
like this man on Twitter just did, and not only did he do it, he tweeted me that he had done it.
But he didn't get the book.
Look at you got the book right there. So I'm glad it actually showed up. Jesus.
Yeah,
I mailed. There you go. I mailed out each and every one myself.
Man, you need a band to support you in these activities, Eugene.
They absolutely positively refused.
Man, that is deadwood. It's like Jello. That's why you don't pay him, right?
It's funny. I started my day thinking about Jello. That's really weird.
Yeah, what an inspiration to all lead singer and record label owners.
No, I was just thinking about his song California Uber Alles, and when he redid the version, swapping out Jerry Brown for Ronald Reagan, and they had a couple of lines that were noteworthy, which I really loved. One was making money for President Reagan and all our friends of President Reagan. And that was a great line, just because it returned the focus to exactly where the focus should be returned, to the fact that this is a high-flown, high-class Ponzi cash grab scheme, no matter how you look at it, no matter who's in the presidency. Not a single person I can think of ends up being less rich after they were president than
No,
more
but
rich.
there's such a thing as honest graft, whereby if you
Right.
take care of the business of government, I don't mind if you put your hand in for a little bit and it sticks.
Right.
Like, but
Right.
if the country makes a net profit while you're in charge,
Yes, right. And this is
net loss.
and this is the mafia thing, you know. I don't mind you getting your beak wet if I get my beak wet, right?
That's right. That's right. Do the right thing. Do the right
That's all.
thing.
I don't care whether you're
Yeah.
tall, whether you're short, whether you're Chinese, whether you're Japanese, whether you're white, you're black, whether you live over here, you live over there. I'm just saying, Nate, do the right thing.
Give me my money. That's
The guy who told me that was subsequently arrested for embezzlement. I thought that was, and he was embezzling from the guy who had virtually raised him from a teenager to adulthood.
That's
I thought that was interesting. And then the other line that they had was in that same song that he swapped out with Reagan was "nigger knocking for the master race," and always wear that happy face. And I was like, you had a black guy in the band. I wonder about that process where you sat down and wrote that line, "nigger knocking for the master race." It's got a certain nice alliterative quality to it that I like, but. Were I to be Darren Peligro, I would go, "Hey man, what does it mean exactly? Nigga knocking? Was it nigga?" He goes, "Well, you know what I mean. It's just, I said, "Nah, I don't know. Why don't you tell me?"
You know what the kids
yeah.
have to call it today because these PC times?
What's that?
Ding dong ditching.
Well, is that when you ring the bell and you run away?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all right.
I never heard that, but really, I'm out of it. Like I was
Kids today, man, they're
I was in the studio with a guy, the guy who recorded the first two Oxbow records. He goes, "Don't worry, we can nigger rig it." I go, "What?" He was like, "Uh-oh." He actually on the talk back mic actually said, "Uh-oh." I go, I never heard that before. He goes, "Oh, well, yeah."
You've heard that before.
I never heard it before. Absolutely
Really?
not. Never heard it
Really?
before. Yeah.
Wow.
But I come from New York, and I've grown up, with the exception of the year I lived in Cobble Hill. I've grown up in a majority fucking black neighborhoods my whole life. So,
So you also jerry rigging or what?
Yeah, I've heard jerry rig. Yeah. So, except when I lived in Crown Heights, and that was 50% Hasidim and 50% Haitian. So,
well, there's a mix.
Yeah, I loved Crown Heights. It was great.
I see. All right, so that's our show. Subscribe to MMANation.com on YouTube. Subscribe to MMA Nation on iTunes. Get the audio without the ugly. Follow us on Twitter at Eugene S. Robinson, at Kid Nate. Read me at bloodyelbow.com. Read Eugene at Aussie.com. Buy the Thin Black Duke. Eugene's trying to show us how to give a thumbs up, but he doesn't have thumbs.
And I still have 8 Thin Black books.
So get your order in now.
That's it. Yeah.
And this, my back scratcher, also has no thumbs, but what you want to do is hit the thumbs icon down below. So give us a like. And Zane will be back with the MMA.
Zane. Yeah.
I believe tomorrow. Vivisection tomorrow. And then we'll have the 6th round after the fights. UFC 214. Eugene will have Knuckle Up on Sunday. So come back. Enjoy all the action. Eugene.
Also, it should be noted that Knuckle Up is officially a Monday show. The Sunday thing is a special extra deal.
A special treat. He does not owe you a Sunday night show. He didn't promise you a rose garden, right?
Yeah. I beg your pardon.
Which is your favorite weepy Robbie Benson movie of the 70s, Eugene? Is it Death Be Not Proud? Or
Other Side of the Mountain?
Other Side of the Mountain. That's pretty heavy. What about Brian's song? I know Robbie Benson wasn't in that, but
I never saw that.
You never? How did you not see Brian's song? You not have a TV?
No, because this whole interracial friendship thing, I was just, fuck you, your agenda. It's like we're gonna.
Man, if I get cancer, I already know what to expect. Well, there goes that special episode.
I'll be comforting your wife. It's a different show if I'm in it.
It's so
sad about Nate, isn't it? I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh,
You're gonna end up. I'm
I
reading
have
about
a good idea what you're gonna do, but let's talk about that later.
I'm reading about the Roman emperors, and Claudius, was poisoned by his wife, aka his niece. So some line shouldn't be crossed, Eugene. You can come to regret it.
Yeah. Now that's the old me. I'm a changed man now.
A whole new man. You and John Jones both. All right.
Ah!
Adios, MMA aficionados. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Eugene.
All right, man. Later.